Welcome. I'm Jessie, life and mindset coach, here to help you level up in your game of life. This podcast will deliver game-changing life advice, power play pep talks, and move-making energy. I'm all about life optimization through mindset growth and taking radical action. Welcome to my world. Let's play. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Master Your Mindset podcast. I am here for our bonus episode that we have every single month that I am joined with Lisa Trouwborst, who does our monthly reading for us, our monthly card reading. So this is exciting. We're at the start of another month. So happy May. Take it away, Lisa.
Yes, so excited to be here as always. Happy 1st of May. I hope you have an amazing start of this month. Don't forget to invite new energy into your house, into your business, as it's the first and the number one is always inviting in new energy. So what I personally do as a witch, and you probably see many people doing it, is blowing cinnamon in their doorway, because cinnamon attracts good luck. It smells amazing. It's basically a little thing that a lot of witches do at the first of the month. Another thing is also to wash your hair. They say that if you wash your hair on the first of the month, your hair will grow a lot faster. If it's the truth, who knows? But if you believe in magic, it will always work. So for this month, I decided to look for a spread. So I found a beginning of the month spread, and we are going to start with a topic of the month. And for the topic of the month, so if you hear me clicking, it's because I need to go back to the webpage to look for the spread. The first card, which represents the topic of the month, is the Knight of Swords. And I think this is such a good card, a good representation of May. Because when I think of May, everything is finally blooming. The weather is picking up again, at least if you live in Europe. The sun is out, the leaves are back again on the trees, there are flowers, you hear the birds, the sun is up early. And what does that mean? I mean, if the sun gets up early, most of the times we also get up early because we want to enjoy the sun. We want to be out there. We want to have fun. We want to thrive. I mean, when the sun is out, I'm outside 9 out of 10 times. I'm either laying on the grass or just enjoying some time with nature. And I feel like the Knight of Swords best represents the month of May, because the month of May, even though it's not a beginning of spring, it's kind of like mid. We are being called in May to always take a lot of action. I remember someone telling me like May is one of the best months to take care of your harvest, because that will determine whether you can what is it called again? Whether you can take it in September or in August. Well, yes, anyways. So what is then the Knight of Swords?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, good.
I just couldn't help you out with getting there.
No, still have no idea. So we're just gonna leave it for what it is. So the Knight of Swords represents ambition. The Knight of Swords is very action orientated. The card before the Knight of Swords is the Page of Swords, and pages are kind of like the princesses. They have actions, and then they put other people out in their path to start executing these actions. The knight is always in serving of the king and the queen, so the knight will do the things that he is told. He is very ambitious. He goes out to get his goal, whether it's slaying a dragon, finding a wife, finding someone. They were always on amazing journeys. And so he's very driven for success. And that's what I feel like. We're getting into our successful era. We are making lots of money. We are finding the love of our life. Whatever it is, whatever your goal might be, it's time for fast thinking this month. We're fast thinking and we're taking actions immediately because of the thoughts that we have. And it's all coming out of our ambition to thrive in life, to go for our goals, because we are self-aware bitches and we love to go for the things that we want. So that is the topic for the month. Love that start. This is a really good card. The second card represents how the month will start. So of course we have a topic, but how will the month start? And I actually got a very interesting card, and I had a little bit of a chat with my guys, and I was like, what are you trying to tell us with this card? And I got the World. And if you know, the World is almost the end journey of the Fool. The Fool was the first card in tarot. It's number 0. and he goes out on a journey, and when he reaches the world, he has completed his goal, whether that is to be more in tune with his intuition, to manifest his desires, to change his mind, to, like I said, attract something in his life. He has reached it. So the world is essentially completion. You are integrating the lessons that you have learned, you are celebrating your accomplishments. This card can even represent travel. So maybe in order to reach your goals, you need to travel at the beginning of the month. It is all about, I'm kind of like seeing a vision board that you started in December, and now you are executing what was on the vision board. So now is a good time to go back to your vision board and see, hey, what have I not done yet? What have I not put into action yet? And dedicate the month of May to getting that done, whether it's booking a flight, whether it is starting your own circle. One of my goals was to go to Rome. I went to Rome. Right now, I'm looking at my vision board and I'm thinking, what else do I have on there? I want to go to London. I want to travel more. So for me, it will be a good time to book tickets clearly and to travel because something is already completed. So we're already starting off with a good feeling. We're starting off with, yeah, we've done a lot from January to April. April was a good month. It was a bit hectic with, of course, Mercury in retrograde. But that doesn't mean that it gets to spoil the fun for us. This is all about completion and integration. So think about all the lessons you have been that have been changing your life, that you have been adapting. What have you been integrating? What has changed into your life? How can you start to live from that perspective? Because when you integrate something, it's my opinion that you change an aspect in your life. So when you integrate it, things change and you start living from that space. You start moving from that space. And that creates new opportunities and new possibilities. So I love that all for you. Then we're going to go to card number 3. And if you were expecting one card, it's actually not, it's 4. And this card represents the main challenge of the month. We cannot go into a month without knowing its challenges. And I got the five of wands. Now, the Five of Wands is literally a conflict card. It is about disagreements, competition, tension. This card is representing people trying to, all kinds of sorts of people trying to go for the same goal. But what I got when I was looking at this card, I kind of felt like there was tension between you and your family, or tension between you, your partner, you and your relationships. There might be some challenges when you are deciding to go for what you desire most, when you decide to be ambitious and chase after that goal, just like the knight already predicted as the topic for the month. Just know that even though people do not agree, people are looking for reasons for you to stop doing what you're doing, it's all going to be okay. There are always going to be people on our path that want to block us from getting to our best level self or achieving something that maybe they dream of. People are always projecting what they desire the most onto you. So when people are like triggered a bit, I think it's personally a good thing because you're activating them to make more out of their life or take a good and hard look at themselves. How did I know it was more about relationships? Because I got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, oh, I love this card. It's all about family. It's the mom, the dad, the house, and the dog. And it's another form of completion. It's kind of like you are finding all the things that you want in your relationships. You're happy, you're satisfied, you're ready to go. What this card also means is that yes, you might go from conflict, whether it's in your relationship about money or about the way you are spending time together or your goals, it's going to be okay. You're going to go to the 10 of Pentacles. You are going to be fine because sometimes people do not agree and they help you to reach to a higher level. Sometimes people don't agree but come back on it later and tell you, oh, I'm glad that I was wrong. I'm glad you reached and you accomplished this for yourself. I'm glad that you went after it. This also means that whatever you are manifesting is coming true. 10 of Pentacles also means financial stability. Think about it. When you look at this card, like I said, you see the mom, the dad, and the children. They are overflowing in abundance, whether that's love or in money or in abundance. It doesn't really matter. There is overflow. So you go from conflict to overflow. And it's up to you. Yes, it's always up to you with the magician. to lead yourself through this conflict. Why? Because you decide. It's you who decides. You are the manifester. You are resourceful. You have the power. You can take inspired actions just because you know how to resolve this conflict, or you know that it's time for you to retract or take some time away from this people, from this person or these people. It's time to focus on your own goals. It's time to say, okay, I appreciate your opinion, but I'm going to go for it anyways. Or, hey, I want you to have a blank mind or an open mind to my idea. Like, just allow me to explain it. You know this person well, as at least that's what I'm assuming when you're having relationships. You can also find a way to make it work for the both of you if that's important for you. You can have personal goals, you can have goals together, and sometimes your values they clash. That's when you get the conflict of the Five of Wands. Eventually, you're going to get to the happiness, the peace, the freedom, the abundance, the goal where you want to go to, because you are the magician. You have all the tools in your toolbox. You are pure magic. When you decide to lead from love for yourself, from other people, you have the answer. You don't need to ask anyone else for their opinions in order to resolve this conflict. It's you. So if you don't know how to resolve something right now in your life, go inward. Listen to yourself. Take inspired action. Inspired action basically means, to me, it means feeling what you think is right and then immediately moving towards it. That is exactly what the knight as well does, the Knight of Swords. He has an idea and then he decides quickly to go for it. And the magician is kind of like an add-on to this card. Like, you can go, you know what to do, you have the tools. You don't need anyone to reach a specific point to where you want to go. This is your goal, or it's a goal together. You can accomplish it, whether you agree on it or not. You will find a way that works both for you. But what is important is introspection. This is a new deck that I got, which is all about the journey of your life, of your spiritual journey. And introspection says the ocean's surface can be volatile, covered in waves big enough to swallow ships. It's the depth that sustains rich life. If we only ever stay at our surface, we are forced to ride it with turbulence. We can become disoriented, so caught up in other people that we forget our power. Tune into the universe within. Tap into your vast wisdom. Give yourself the space to reflect on the world and your space in it. Focus on your healing, your needs, and your growth. Stepping away from the world from time to time will allow you to re-enter it with a renewed and wiser perspective. And then there is a quote at the bottom, and it says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." And I think that's just, such a beautiful quote. So it is, the answer is within you. Again, this is about you deciding to go inwards because you know yourself so well. You know what you need to do. Like I said, maybe you need to take a step back from these people. Maybe you're like, okay, I hear you, but I just need a moment to reflect myself on what is happening. Maybe it's giving you time to look at their perspective and help them out. Because as you might know, we all look from our perspective, but once we try to visualize or imagine what they might be thinking, because they have different idea patterns, thought patterns, different ideas around the world, different values, you might be able to see what is clashing, what is causing this conflict. And then you will get to a place that you both agree with instead of one sacrificing something for the other. You will get to a place where you are both in harmony with the decision that you have made. Whew, that is definitely a challenge. Um, and then the fourth card, number 4, the solution to this challenge. I already gave you many solutions, but this deck or this spread is giving you another solution. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, when I pulled it, I heard, remember, you are just starting out. So whether you are just starting a new job, a new business, you're starting a new mindset, you are choosing yourself, you're on this journey, it doesn't matter where you are just starting out. It doesn't have to be perfect all at once. You started somewhere from so many ideas, so much abundance. So allow that excitement to flow through you when you are being faced with these challenges. When you're like, ugh, I don't know how to deal with this anymore. Just go back to your excitement of when you first started and why you even started this goal or why you even started manifesting something. Because you're always starting from excitement. At least that's what I think. Your goals should always start from excitement. Otherwise, you're forcing yourself to do things that you don't even want. So, where is that excitement? Why is it leading you to a new place, a new destiny in your journey? And how have you not been following up with this excitement? And maybe even how can you include this excitement again into your life, into your relationships, into going within? Because I know that when you move within and you look at yourself and you call yourself out, it can be really difficult. It can be really challenging and really uncomfortable basically to look at yourself, to have a hard good look at yourself and see where you are playing maybe even the victim or where your actions are leading you to. But always remember you started somewhere out of excitement, and if that excitement is not included in your path at the moment, take actions, take these inspired actions to drag you back, well, not to drag you back, to take you back to that piece of excitement so that you can start to feel the energy again and you can start to find a resolution to this conflict, because nobody likes conflicts. It can always be resolved in a matter, whether it's deciding to stop working on this goal together, whether it's deciding to go in another direction, together or apart, you will always find the right answer. So when you are being challenged, go with fun. And that doesn't mean that you need to ignore the other person, whether that's yourself or your lover or your friend. No, you can even include them in doing something fun. You can even say, like, hey, we're having a lot of tension right now. Do you want to do something fun? I bet that person is going to say, yes, let's just distract each other for a moment. Let's just take a day apart and do something fun instead of always having this hyper focus on what we want to do or what we want to achieve. Let's just go back to that almost childlike self and enjoy being with each other again. And then the last cards, they represent how this month will end. And I'm super duper glad that these cards were pulled. I was also a bit surprised because I got two tens, which means that there's definitely some sort of ending. The first card is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is not your most fun, kind card. Ten of Swords is all about endings and feeling the stress and feeling like nothing has been working out for you and you're feeling betrayed. It is all of these heavy and intense feelings that you might experience during this challenge. But what is the most fun about this is that the Ten of Cups is here to soothe it again, to bring you harmony again, to show you that it doesn't need to be intense, that there is blissful relationships, that you can get to alignment. So even though, the Ten of Swords is hiding behind it, there is a blissful ending to the end of this month. You are going to have so much fun at the end of the month. The Ten of Cups is also all about love and sharing and caring for each other and feeling aligned with the universe again and being in charge of your purpose and taking and seeing the results of that action that you have been taking at the beginning of the month. And then the last card that is still in this topic is Temperance. And I think this is just showing you that it will all be in balance again. You just need to be patient with yourself and patient with the relationships you're hanging around with in this month, because you will be okay. You will get there. Temperance is always bringing back the balance in your life. It's always showing you that there is duality in life. There are hard times, there are good times, and there are balanced times. There's always time to create balance. It's also a lot about patience. So if you don't immediately see the results of the actions that you have been taking, take a deep breath and allow yourself to be patient for a second. You are waiting for a reason. That's what I tell myself because I'm a very impatient person. You're waiting for a reason because it's not the right timing. The right timing is coming. You will always get to the place of balance.
Yeah, that is incredible. Thank you for that. And I feel like there was a few things that came up, and coming from like a mindset point of view, first of all, there was a lot of 10 energy. Hey, I feel like the only 10 that didn't get pulled was the 10 of cups. Am I right? There was the 10 of pentacles, there was the 10 of swords, and then there was the 10 of wands, which is really cool. I love that it's like that closure energy. And I think coming into those second cards, the challenge, the cards where we talk about the challenge, where it was more specifically around conflicts, coming from well, two parts to this that came up for me was first of all, I feel like when you said lead your own life, something that's a really beneficial thing that I've been doing and I've also been helping my clients with is effective communication. So when it comes to conflicts, because sometimes we have to have those conversations if that we might not necessarily want to have, and they might be like a conflict of interest based on like what we're talking about with whoever it might be, our partner, our sibling, our mum, our wife, whatever it might be, whoever you're talking to. But like when you understand how to communicate effectively, that conflict doesn't have to be so heavy. It can be that harmony that we speak about with the temperance. I know it was for a different section, but that temperance where we get to come back into being on the same page as each other and there not being like that conflict of interest anymore, that conflict of choice or decision anymore or opinion. So I feel like when you say do the things to lead your life or lead these conflicts, it's like how can you become or learn to communicate more effectively with those people to create connection, because essentially what we are wanting is that connection, that harmony. We're not wanting that disconnection, especially if there are people in our life, especially if there are our family and our relationships and our partners. It's like how can we bring more connection rather than letting it just happen, um, being with those silent expectations, whatever is coming up to cause this conflict, and then, yeah, not really being on the same page or getting anywhere and causing more separation. So, how can we choose to control in a very healthy way or like be the effect of connection versus that separation, which would be the way to go. So I love that that was something that like came up for me as you were speaking. And then another thing was, and it's something that I've been really thinking myself recently. The energy around May, like you said, is like it feels fast. The energy is like fast. It's like fast decisions. Go with the first thing that comes to your mind because essentially that is where your intuition comes through just before your ego comes through after and assesses the situation, what's actually safe, what do I know, what's in my comfort zone. So because it's like quite a fast moving month, something that I've been thinking because I like to move fast. I do. And sometimes this because I'm moving so fast, the things that I do and the decisions that I'm making aren't necessarily helping me to move faster. They're actually slowing me down, even though I don't see that because I think I'm going faster and I want to go faster, but in the long run, it's also slowing me down. So I think it's really cool to notice that in order to move fast, it is make those decisions that come from your intuition. It's not letting your ego, because your ego is here to keep you safe 100%, but we like to take those risks. We like to go for our actions, the night energy that you pulled. We like to do it. We're goal getters. We want to do it. So that is how you're going to get there. So I'm taking those away for this month. Like I really took those in. I really let them land. And I think that that's yeah, some really incredible messages so far with those cards.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And the way that you put it about relationships, it actually made me think of one of my own goals that, with eating healthier and including my partner in that. Also be very clear in what you are communicating. Even though May feels very fast and like we're moving very quick, sometimes we forget to include someone that is living with us or very close to us and explain to them why we are changing these things or why these goals are important for us. And I feel like we create most conflict when there is no clarity for the other person as to why you are doing something. So if you are not able to exactly explain why it is important to you, like the card introspection said, go within yourself, ask yourself, why do I find this important? And why is it important for this person that's also in my life to know this or to be included in this? And sometimes people might not agree with you. Then again, go to what works for the both of you. You don't always have to push your way through. Maybe the other person has a really good idea instead of your idea. And then you can combine them together and you create something magical. You create the 10 of Pentacles, you create the harmony instead of conflict. Because that's what I feel like is the biggest thing with conflict is not clearly communicating what it is you want and why that is.
I'm like constantly nodding to the point where my head's gonna fall off because I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. And then of course we're gonna finish this reading with two oracle cards. And I finally got my Enchanted Waters Oracle deck. Very,
Oh,
very
what a
excited.
beautiful deck. What is
Yes,
that?
what
Who
a
made
pretty
that?
deck. Who made that?
For clarification, if you don't know, this is an Oracle deck that myself and my partner made, and I'm so happy that Lisa finally got it. We had some complications, but finally got it and now gets to use
Yes, all in divine timing, even though I was very impatient. I was like, there's nothing I can change about it. It will come.
it.
I pulled two cards from the Enchanted series, which I think is very remarkable. The first card is number 37, the mythical realm. So I'm just going to read what it says, what the interpretation of the card is. These cards pull you into a world of wonders, revealing hidden truths, guiding you to magical journeys, and connecting you with the timeless wisdom of ages. Embrace their messages to tap into the enchanted that surrounds us, often unseen but always present. So I kind of feel like when you are in this conflict and you don't know a way out, you can even ask your guides if that's something you are. If you're working with your guides, whether you're interested, you can ask for signs. You can ask the energies around you to help you give you answers to these conflicts. So what I personally like to do if I have absolutely no idea what to do or where to go, I ask my guides to show me the way of this journey in my dreams. And what happens most of the times, I just go to bed and then I say something like, please show me the best resolution in my highest good during my dreams about this situation. And most of the times I'm shown a crossroad. So it can either go to road A or road B. And then it's up to me to decide because they are not deciding for me. It's me deciding for myself. Then as soon as I wake up, I write down the dream and then I take what I think, or as Jessie said, what my intuition is leading me to with me through the day in resolving this conflict or this tension that I have, whether it's with myself or with someone else. And then the second card is number 41. Number 41 is the mystical maelstrom. Mystical maelstrom? Yeah. Clarification. And the card says, I bravely uncover my hidden truths, align with my soul with boundless wisdom of the cosmic. And the meaning interpretation of the card is a bit longer, so hold your horses. The mystical maelstrom card represents a dramatic scene where the golden dragon, a guardian of ancient secrets, emerges the sentinel of cosmic gateways. The majestic golden dragon, guiding its cosmic treasures amidst the chaos, mirrors a question to your soul. What are you safeguarding? What hidden facets of yourself have you kept concealed, fearing their exposure to the world, or perhaps even yourself? Drawing this card challenges you to confront these protected corners of your being. By acknowledging and understanding these guarded parts, you open yourself up to the vastness of the universe and its boundless wisdom. Delve deep, for only by facing your innermost mysteries can truly embrace the entirety of your existence and unlock the boundless potential of the cosmos. This card is just so beautiful. There's a golden with blue dragon on it, and with this, there's of course the interpretation about it, but with this, I think it is important for the month of May to accept parts of yourself that you, like it said, that you might be guarding. Like when you want to change something, do you want to change it from the highest good, or do you want to change it from I want to be in control of this, I want to control it this way, I want to like strangle it up so that I can no longer have to look at it, so that I don't have to be vulnerable anymore? No, the dragon is kind of like inviting you to be vulnerable, to lower your guards. So like I said, if you think that your way is the almighty road, open yourself up to hear someone else's perspective and accept their perspective. Don't gatekeep, or what is it, gaslight their perspective. That's how they see the world. Simply allow these worlds to emerge. Yeah.
I love that you pulled two cards from the Enchanted series as well. Like, I
Yeah.
love that because I've only ever pulled one specific. I know we're moving on to something, but like I've only pulled one before from the Enchanted series. It's usually from the other seasons. But the fact that you've pulled two from the Enchanted, because for me, and obviously you listening now, like you'll know that in tarot, the major arcana are like the big events in life, whereas the minor arcana talk about more so the everyday things that you can do and that sort of thing. So for us in the Enchanted Waters deck, the Enchanted series, which is just the last 4 or 5 cards at the end, are sort of a similar idea where it comes up to like the big sort of feelings of the big energy of life. So I just love that so much. And I think that you interpret them so perfectly. And it's really a beautiful ending to such an incredible reading. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted to point out, because that's just what I heard while you were talking. The dragon has a hard shell for protection, while the nymph or fairy, whatever you want to call it, has wings. And if you know the process of a butterfly, the cocoon that it hides in is very hard for protection, but eventually it comes out and it's beautiful and it's vulnerable. So allow yourself to go from the hard shell to spread your wings and see things differently and see all the magic that is around you and in you to change your world.
Oh, I'm like, wow. I love that so much. Thank you so much, Lisa, for that reading for May. We all have a great idea of how we can move through this month and what sort of things we can start to do to really embody ourselves into the messages of this month. So I really, really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best of luck in May and may all your blessings come true. Or may
Yeah.
you receive all your blessings.
And we will see you again next month.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a 5-star rate and review because this helps this podcast get up in the algorithm so we can share the messages far and wide. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next week.